over $500,000 with an affiliate search box. What are the top 25 websites people check for domain value, indexed pages, and backlinks? Today, I'm going to show you deep inside an affiliate search box code that I've been using for years to make money online. Now, years ago, this took all kinds of coding. I had to have a programmer make it, and it was kind of hectic when things didn't go as planned. But now, using AI, it's going to program everything for you, do the research, and package it in a way that you can use to engage your visitors and send them to affiliate offers that make you money. This is super important, yet hardly anyone talks about this. But first, a pie chart. What would a business video be without a pie chart? If you were to take a look at this, the second biggest use of the entire internet is search and research, meaning people use the internet to find things they're looking for. And how do they do that? Using a search box. In fact, that's exactly how Google has made trillions of dollars. This simple search box right here. Now, before we go any further, obviously, you're probably not going to be the next Google. You might not make millions of dollars with affiliate marketing as I have. Heck, even the average person out there watching these videos and trying to make money online makes nothing. However, I'm going to show you how using this code right here, and yes, I'll show you where to get it, don't worry, has helped me make millions of dollars over the years, including one example I'm going to show you that made me over $500,000 with one website, one search box, and a strategy I'm surprised no one else was doing. Sometimes the most obvious, simple thing is the biggest moneymaker. But more about that in just a minute. Because if you're excited to learn my search box affiliate strategy, smash a like button, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works, start to finish. Come on, let's go to work. All right, so let's dive in and talk about how this whole search box thing works. First of all, we need to understand how Google works, the front and the back side. When you go to Google and you search for something like mortgage, you're going to see different things pop up, including ads and sponsored results and different things of that nature, along with a bunch of different websites you can click on and go to the websites. Pretty simple, right? This is stuff that has been going on for years. But what a lot of people don't realize is someone on the main search box of Google who hasn't searched for anything yet isn't worth much money, if anything at all. However, when they go to something specific, that's when the money starts to add up. As we can see over here, if we were to look at SpyFu, we can see the word web hosting fetches almost $13, almost $14 for one click. There's lots of other terms like this as well. We're going to take a look at SEO services, which is fetching over $15 a click. Now, it's very important to realize that's not what you're going to make. That just shows us what advertisers are paying. So when we look at the Google engine and how it makes money, it is making money off of people who want certain things. It's desire-oriented. It's based on intent. What is the intent of someone searching for a term? The intent for someone looking for a funny joke to say at a wedding isn't as profitable as someone looking for remodeling their house or mold remediation or web hosting or something like that. So what we need to understand is what the back end looks like and what people want. Because if we can do that and make little search boxes that help people in a real world way, well then we can do something that will make us money, hopefully. Understanding this is everything, and I'm going to show you how it works for me, how you can use it, and how it ties into affiliate marketing as a whole. Now, when we look at the search box affiliate strategy, what we need to do is we need to understand deep linking with simple tools. What is deep linking? Well, if we were to go over to Amazon.com, right, like this, let's go Amazon.com, and we were to see the main page, this is what's called a regular link. Now, you can see here I have Site Stripe, which is their affiliate linking system, and you can see I can get the link for this page. What does that do? That gets me an affiliate link for the Amazon homepage. People click it, they go to the homepage, bada bing, bada boom, there you go. What a deep link is the ability to link to something specific. So if I was to search for something like Elgato microphone, This will take me to the Elgato microphone where I can say, here's this product, and get a deep link for that affiliate product. What this does is it allows me to link to something specific. Now, most people are going to use the short link. I'm going to take a look at the full link because what you're going to have in the full link, in addition to your affiliate code, which looks like this over here, usually says like publisher ID or something like that. But what you're going to see in addition to that is the Elgato Mic Arm microphone. Very, very cool, because what this does is it deep links. So if I was to click on this, I am now going to send my people to this Elgato microphone directly. If that makes sense, let me know as a comment below. That is how deep linking works. It's the ability to link to something as an affiliate in a more structured way so we can get them to exactly what they want, thus improve our conversions. Now, behind the scenes, what actually happens here is we could go through and we could use deep linking to different websites like domain finders, keyword tools, all kinds of different things that will get them into a specific thing based on what they search for, which increases the amount of traffic to the affiliate link. This is very big. Now, what you're going to see, as I mentioned earlier, is super high-level important stuff. The results you're going to see here are not typical, implied, or guaranteed. While I've made a lot of money with this and other people do as well, the vast majority of people watching videos and trying to make money online make nothing. Even if you do everything I say to do here, there's no guarantee you're going to make anything. We need to understand this like a business. Now, when we look at the premise, a simple search box on your website takes a user's query, appends an affiliate deep link. That's the code we were talking about earlier, where we're looking at this one and it's saying, okay, how do we append that question mark variable to the next page? How do we do that? That's very important because it's going to send them directly to a merchant search results page with your affiliate cookie in there, right? So you're going to get paid on it. How this works is very important. When we look at this, you can see that I've actually gone through and made a lot of money with this method. This was a domain tool. I'm going to show you right here. This is the domain tool. It's actually made money with this affiliate program. It's made money with web hosting. This is from a small snippet. I think it was like a 3-month period or 6-month period or something like that. And we went through and made quite a bit of money with that one. We can see here is another one where I made about $3,800 in a month. This was back when I first started using this on the domain method. And of course, the gas prices website I had years ago that used this with the domain example. Again, going through pasting something on the end of a link is literally everything. It could be a zip code. It could be a search. It could be pretty much anything. Obviously, make sure that it's ethical. You don't want to be using information that shouldn't be shown or anything like that. We want to make it very, very, very sensitive, right? So like if we're using zip code, obviously we're just going to use zip code, nothing else. If we're using a domain name, we'll just use the domain name. We don't want anything else. So looking at this, a single month screenshot is showing a lot of money there. This is something that works really, really well. Now, in my gas prices example, what we were doing is we're putting the zip code, and then I would go to other websites, APIs, and tools to find out, hey, where's the cheapest gas in this zip code? Very straightforward, simple stuff, and we were tying affiliate offers to it. Much like this one here, which is a domain search toolbar. And what you're going to notice is if I type something in here, let's say we put affiliatedude.com, right, like this, you can see it actually puts the site here, just so I know it worked, right? That's just echoing it there. It puts it up here in the URL, right? Question mark S equals, and it could be anything. If it was zip code, it'd be Z equals or zip equals or whatever it is. Then we're going to see that it actually ties them to each of these links here. So like if they're going to Alexa, which I don't even think Alexa works anymore, but if it was going to Alexa or something like that, that would work. This is an older example from 2015. However, if you were to go through and say, well, I want to find backlinks on Ahrefs, it'll go through and give you those, or maybe even check the indexed pages on Google. It'll search the index pages on Google. Or maybe we say, hey, I want the site value estimator. It'll go to the value estimator or Whois or whatever it is. And it basically gives you all of the data on a domain name that you can go find yourself. However, I organized all the tools in a very simple way so that all you have to do is put your domain in and click the buttons and boom, you're off to the races. So the value proposition is very simple. You search your zip code, I find the cheap gas. You put your domain, I'm going to find different things that are going to help you with your domain. So think about it like this. If I could go through and make something get a little report on a domain name, maybe I could link to people who want search engine services, and that would take them to something like this, which is fetching more money per click. The idea is to understand, hey, wait a minute, I can make a very simple little tool based on a search box, based on this PHP echo code, which is going to take it from the search box into whatever it is we want. I did the same kind of thing years ago with a glitter graphics generator. So to show you the versatility of this is actually pretty cool. So what we had was we had the ability for someone to put their name in. Okay, it was just like first name. They just put like Marcus or whatever, right? And then it would say generate your glitter graphics code. It would take each of those letters, put them in the PHP, and it'd say Marcus, okay, put the glittery M, put the glittery A, and on we go. So they would have a glitter thing. And then it would say download the glitter graphic here. That's how I made money. And it was very straightforward. And what happened was instead of saying, hey, here's this cool glitter maker, having them make it in the tool themselves increased conversion because now they're using a really cool tool. And in order to get more, they can do that. Same kind of thing with domain names. If we were to go through and say, okay, well, what can they find based on a domain name? Or what can they find based on maybe they're researching a city to see what are the crime statistics? What's the driving score? How much does it cost for insurance and taxes and whatever it is? We can go through and find things in a very cool way. Now, when we look at the deep link search box mechanics, we are seeing how it works is basically like Amazon.com !running shoes. That's going to take them to Amazon with the search for running shoes. I could literally put anything here I want. I could say elephant feed, and it'll go and find elephant feed. Wow, they actually do have elephant fuel, apparently. But going through there, what it's going to do is it's going to take that search box. This is the basics of understanding how a URL works online and how you can go and find different things. Obviously, use this ethically. Obviously, use this in a good way. Don't use any URLs that shouldn't be used or anything like that. We're just going through and we're saying, oh, hey, here is an easier way to search. Here's something where you can go to Amazon and see the different things, right? Think about like maybe you list all the top tools and it'll go find them for them if they're, building a car or something like that. What we're going to do is we're going to build a search box on our site. When the user submits it, you grab their typed text with JavaScript, you encode it to the URL, and plug it into the merchant's URL structure. This is something I've done many times. We actually did this with the Mangools keyword tool, where I would go through and I'd say, search for your keyword here. It would take them through the link and take them to the page with the search. I'll show you exactly how this looks right here. If I was to log into my Mangools account here, looks like they owe me some money for some affiliate promotions. But if we go over to promo materials right here, you can see that you could literally append this to any page on their site. So if I was to go through and say, hey, I want to put this on, let's say the keyword tool, okay, we could go over here and say keyword research. If I was to put a keyword in here, let's say keyword here, find keywords, that's going to take them to this page. And then up here, it should say find keyword somewhere, right in this big long string. And then all we're going to do, there it is here, keyword here. So query equals. All right, then all I need to do is add my affiliate link on the end of it, have it change keyword here to whatever the keyword is, and then boom, I'm ready to go. I can just link to that and I will get credit for the sale, which is pretty cool, right? So that's a way to make a really cool, easy tool. And you can see I've actually gone through and I've made some decent money. I haven't promoted this a ton, but it has made me some commissions in the past, which is really cool. Okay, so understanding that's everything. When we go through and we understand how these links work, obviously make sure it's okay with the affiliate company. I've done this with SimilarWeb, SEMrush, countless others that work really, really well, lots of keyword tools and stuff like that. Now, the way that it works is we're going to go through and have a little template like this that is going to use that search box. Okay, so very simple. You're just going to take this. I'll have this over at joinmarcus.com in the notes. You're going to turn this into a search box. So if I go over here to this example I was showing earlier, where you have the top 25 websites people check for domain value, index pages, and backlinks, I can go through and say, now use each of these and link to the search page with domain affiliatedude.com. And then what we'll do next is we'll actually build the search box around it, and it'll be very straightforward and very simple. That way they put their search in one time, they get all the links, they can do all the research. A lot of those links will have my affiliate in them, and boom, we're ready to go. Now, you can even do this with stuff if it's not affiliate oriented. You can do this with APIs. You can do this with direct links. You can do this with all kinds of things. Again, make sure that the company does allow it. Most of them do, but you always want to be above board and use very, very straightforward stuff. However, going through here, you could see, check this domain tools, and it'll go through and make those tools for you. Sometimes it takes a minute. But then going through, what we're going to do is we're going to have a tool like this that we can link to, and it's going to be something very helpful. We did this with our Power Search tool, where we went through and we had Power Search .php, and it went through and you were able to search for, ClickBank, resell rights, and stuff like that. And again, the key was to go and have the keyword here. This click to research button went to an affiliate program. I believe this one was for Neil Patel's site. And then we had some others as well, so they could check Offer Vault and various different things. Very cool, makes it very easy for the user, and then it makes it something they're gonna wanna come back to. We're gonna show you some examples of some keywords you can do this for, how I've used it, and everything like that. But while we're building this one, I wanna show you people are actually searching for this. So if we look for domain search, you could see all these different people looking for different domain searches, domain keyword search, domain availability, GoDaddy, and on we go. This is very straightforward things that people use all the time, and it gives that value proposition. Now, when we go through and look at the niche domain search tool, like the one we're making here, it goes through and it has all of them here, and it looks like, see, it does have Affiliate Dude right like that. So now we can say, now make this a PHP search tool based on this. Have it refresh when domain entered, and change all the links from affiliatedude.com to whatever they entered. Really cool stuff. You can go through and say, okay, well, maybe you want to see the example of the furniture in red or something like that. And they could type red and it'll show the examples. Very straightforward. This is something that a lot of places do. And when you understand what we're doing is we're making a tool that's going to help people. Right? Like this one here, we did search one keyword everywhere, where they could go through and type a keyword in. Let's say you want to do like how to train a dog, and it'll go through and it'll update that. And then everything they click on, it'll go to Yahoo and click on that, this one here, and on we go. Very straightforward. It works really good. And in this day of age of AI, this is even better because you can go through and make it search with AI. You can go through and make it search on regular search engines, eBay, Amazon, whatever it is, it can go through and do this in a very, very cool way. And it's not super difficult to do. In fact, if we were to go through, I think we can actually download this. Let's see if it'll let us download it. I believe it will. And then you can actually check and see how it works. It's very, very straightforward. But again, the proposition here is you can search a bunch of things at once and get different results, which is great. Now, with the domain one, let's see how that's coming. It's going through and making the code for it here. Now, this one's actually going to be a PHP code, as you can see here. So we will need to put this on a website. Now, again, going through like this, you can see SimilarWeb. See how it has the domain right there? So I could be an affiliate of SimilarWeb or something like that. Very straightforward, very cool. We're basing it all on one little code. Now, when we go through and upload this to a server, let's say we wanted to put this on joinmarcus.com or something like that. What you would do is you just go to your server right like this. You are going to enter in File Manager, and then you're going to do HTML. And then I would just make a new file. We'll call it like domains.php or something like that. And then all I would have to do is edit that file, and it should work really well. Now, again, we can go through and we can say, hey, if you find a domain you want and it's available, here's where you can get web hosting. And web hosting companies pay anywhere from like a couple of bucks to like $200 a sale, which is really cool. So if I go through here, I click on copy. I'm going to copy the code. I'm going to put that right here. Save. I can go to joinmarcus.com/domains.php, and boom, check domain value, index pages, and backlinks. This is what the tool would look like. So I can go through and I can put, I don't know, let's do gotniches.com. Boom, it changes it. And then open in the Google search, site search, Bing Webmaster, on and on we go. So it's very, very simple for them to see, hey, this is what this stuff looks like. This is where you would go and make it work. Here's one for Estabot if they want to search on Estabot for their domain. SpyFu, it'll go through and look at their domain on SpyFu. Going through and doing this would make a really good tool, and you're boosting up the value of the other tools as well. And then what I would do is I'd be like, oh, hey, if you want to get better search engine rankings, click here for search engine companies, and I can be an affiliate. I can put some paid ads or something like that. Having that domain name search tool is very important, because I can go through and link it with web hosting and all kinds of things that do pay a lot. Now, if I wanted to do like a Namecheap search, this is an example of what this would look like, where I could be a affiliate over at ShareASale. I can have the domain search box on my site. So let's just open up a new one of these over on Got Niches here. We'll just call this one file Namecheap, and then PHP. And then what we would do is we put our Namecheap affiliate code in there. They can now search for stuff on Namecheap. So we'll do namecheap.com or .php. There we go, namecheap.php. And then we have our search box here, which I could search for like affiliate broman.com or something like that. And it'll say something that'll work. Now we do see we need to get an active affiliate link here. But once we do that, it should work really, really well. Now, having that work is something that's better than just, oh, go to Namecheap and see what's available. Having this on your site is big. We did this on the old console, where we would go through and we had our affiliate marketing dude console. And then on here, when you clicked on Start Your Hub Site, it would have that search box on there where they could search for the domain, and bada bing, bada boom, they would go to get web hosting. That was using Bluehost. They used to have a widget for it. Don't know if they have that anymore, but it can work really well. You would just need to find what the alternative is for the widget now. When we go through here, having multiple registrar buttons works really good, like get this on Namecheap, get this here, or get this with your web hosting account over at InMotion or Bluehost or whatever it is. Another one I use this on, and again, we're going to have the notes over at joinmarcus.com. Another one I use this on was the tattoo website. A lot of people were trying to make money with ClickBank tattoo offers, and it just didn't make that much because the people searching for tattoos didn't necessarily want to just get the ClickBank book. So what I did is I found this site that was a tattoo directory website, and people would come to my site and they would enter in something like, hey, I want a butterfly tattoo. It would show the butterfly tattoos on the site, and they would pay to download the individual ones. We actually became one of their bigger referrals because we had so many people searching, and it worked really, really well, very profitable site. So if I was to take this example here, you'll see what it looks like on Etsy. If we were to go and use this on Etsy, Etsy does have deep linking capabilities, so this works really well on it. If I was to go here and say, let's do another file, we'll call it tatsearch.php. Okay, and a PHP file is just like an HTML. It'll work. AI knows how to make it work. All we have to do is copy and paste it, wiggle around with it a little bit to make our affiliate links work. Like obviously, I would need my AWin affiliate link for this one, but understanding that is super important. But once I have that, I'm good to go. I would just pop my affiliate link in there, make sure it works with everything, and then we're good to go. So if I did something like affiliate, or let's see, it was joinmarcus.com, tatsearch.php, this would have our perfect tattoo search thing, and boom, there you go. This is something that can work really well. And again, it's working on Etsy, which does have an affiliate program. So if I was to do Etsy, obviously, if I'm like, go find your tattoo on Etsy, this isn't going to be very good at all. But if I do butterfly tattoo, now I can see, here's the butterfly tattoos. So very straightforward, and these are ones where they can download them and get them to take to their tattoo guy or whatever. That's pretty realistic looking, right? And then they can go through and use that in a very straightforward way. That's something that can work. Again, you're going to look at it here, see how it says butterfly tattoo here. Obviously, you would just make that work with your affiliate link, and boom, you're ready to go. Very straightforward. Now, we can go through and we can have like search Amazon or other places for these as well. If you want to do stencils or butterfly tattoo stencils or something straightforward. Now, niche number 3 that I used this in was the SEO. This is one where I was going through and promoting SEMrush, SpyFu, Moz, SimilarWeb, and various other ones as well. Going through looking at Q equals domain was the key to making these work. So it'd just be something like that, where you would have domain would be, affiliatemarketingdude.com, if we can spell correctly. And boom, there we go. Straightforward, pretty cool, pretty easy. Again, a lot of these do have affiliate links and things like that. Always make sure you check the terms and conditions to make sure it's good. Now, again, I'm going to have all of the notes and the templates that you can plug into your AI over at joinmarcus.com. Now, some other niches this would work really well in would be something like travel flights, where they can go and find flight search results. This is something that's very big on social media right now, where people were like, oh, I used AI to save so much money on my airline. Okay, so go do that and then ask AI, how did you find all this stuff? Make a page that will find it for other people. Boom, you're ready to go. Or you could do something like hotels, audiobooks. This is a really good one where you could be like, oh, search for the audiobook with the best title or something like that. Amazon products, eBay deals, pet supplies can work really good. Home improvement, jobs, freelancers. This is one I just read about someone making a freelance search engine, and they were making a very good amount. And when you look at this, you can go to OfferVault, and you're going to see on OfferVault, Fiverr actually pays really well to affiliates. So like $32 when someone does a Fiverr job or something like that. Maybe you can go through and say, here's a search engine that'll find AI prompts for different things Fiverr affiliates would do. And then on the bottom, you're like, okay, you found your prompt. Click here to have an affiliate actually install it or something like that. Like here, right? You're watching this and some of you guys are like, I don't know how I would make this search box. You could go pay someone on Fiverr to do that. That would be something that would work really good. Also, Udemy has this direct linking. Software, there's lots of software tools, recipes, auto parts, supplements, mortgage rates. This is one we did a lot with, where we would base it on a zip code, and that zip code search would be like, oh, find the best rates in this area, find the best realtors in this area, find the top selling properties or property values and things like that. Insurance, activities, Etsy gifts, fonts, designs, and assets. This was a big one. I used this on a font website, and I will never forget. One day I was like, hey, don't people just get free fonts online? One day I woke up to a sale. One customer bought $600 worth of fonts on a CJ. It was on Commission Junction, and they bought a ton of fonts. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And the way it worked was they typed in their word. It turned it into that font and said, download this with the rights to it. And I think it was a church that bought it. They wanted the rights to use on their flyers or something like that. Very, very cool, very straightforward. What this is about is thinking different. You can even use it for WordPress themes, like type in what you want to do. This tool will find it. Now, when you look at the history of search box monetization and understand why this works, if you think a simple search box can't make real money, look at the history. The biggest empires online were built entirely around search boxes. Recently, Ask.com just went and closed their doors because of all the AI stuff, but they made money for years. I was actually one of their top affiliates in the Toolbar days, and I promoted a lot of their stuff from IAC and various different things, again, using this model, which worked really good. If you remember Overture and GoTo, very big. A lot of these were even before Google AdWords existed. I used to run ads on Find What back in 1999, 2000, 2001, and on. And when you understand, hey, this is how this works, you have the big search engines that were basically just search with sponsored listings. Then you had comparison. Like, think about this for a minute. If you were to go through and make a search that maybe would find for a local place, like maybe my town, maybe you go to Orlando and you're like, here's the top things to look for in Orlando, top things to do, best places to go for mortgages, best hangouts or whatever. Now you're starting to think a little bit differently, where it's not so much like, well, everybody goes to Google. It's more like, well, some people do go to local stuff as well. When we look at the comparison shopping engine, this is where you had like Price Grabber, Shopping, Shopzilla, and various other sites where they were primarily like, how do we find things based on searches? Or even looking at coupon toolbars where that search query is the business and the coupon code, right? Very straightforward where it's like, okay, let's go find this stuff. Modern vertical, you can see like Kayak, Indeed, Zillow does this perfectly. That's exactly what they're doing. Bitrate, NerdWallet, they use comparison tools as well. When we look at the micro search opportunity, we're going to talk more about this on Wednesday's training. What we can realize is we don't have to build the next Kayak or Zillow. We can just go and find micro search like the one I did for tattoo designs, or maybe car buying where they can go through and understand, oh, hey, this is how you find a good car in your area, or this is how you can find details based on the car you want, or the stock number, or VIN, or whatever it is. Very, very straightforward, and we can go through and find all kinds of stuff based on that. The multi-button strategy, this is where you can go through and do one search to multiple offers. Where we were doing this example here, one search would go to multiple offers. Maybe you can go and be like, oh, this is going to find multiple offers within a 100-mile radius. It'll find the dealerships that have the car, or restaurants with better ratings based on Yelp and Google and all of these, so that you don't have to just go search one. It'll do that for you in a very straightforward way. Much like going through and like I had a pizza delivery app where it would show all that. This is very straightforward, and knowing how to guide the person's search is key. And also knowing like, hey, people are looking for, assisted living near me, nursing homes, domain authority checker, website traffic checker, all of these different things that they're looking for. What we're doing is we're finding something straightforward, like this one, walk-in tubs. Okay, maybe we can make a search tool on the average price of a walk-in tub near you. This is what Angie did. Made a huge one based on locals. Now, a lot of people are looking at Angie and they know that's a nationwide company. Can I do that for a small group of people? Are there enough people in my city getting walk-in tubs every month for me to be able to make a living? Probably, right? Understanding that's key. Understanding how this works is very, very big. Now, we can go through and do demonstration videos like how to search for different things, how to check, right? How to check. If you were to do that, you can go to your keyword tool, find like how to check if a domain's available, how to check if a website is expired, how to check whatever, right? And you're going to find all different kinds of things that are there, right? Very, very straightforward. And when you go through this list, you can find like there's a lot of people who need help doing stuff where I might think how to write a check is pretty basic stuff. I've been doing that a long time. I can go through and say, well, to 181,000 people a month, it's not that obvious. And maybe we can help them with that. And you could see the cost per click's really low. Is there something we can tie that to? Or maybe even like this one, how to check for malware on a computer. Maybe I can go through and say, check your files against known virus files, see if they have viruses and how to get rid of them, or something like that. Very, very straightforward. How to check bandwidth, brake pads, motherboard model. That's a good one, right? You could go through and make a simple tool that would check the motherboard model. I mean, think about this for a minute. This is where you go into this and you use AI in a different way. So I could go through and say, can we make a PHP tool that checks the motherboard model? And there probably is a way to do that. Like there's probably something that'll ping and say, here's your motherboard model. Okay, so it can't do it directly. We can do one that shows them how to check, give them copy and paste, and then there you go. Okay, cool. So this would go through, it'd make the copy and paste, check your motherboard model, and then maybe you can go through and tie it to products that fit that motherboard, right? Very, very straightforward. If we go through and we say, how would I search for RAM, processor, and different things based on motherboard? Give example searches. Okay, so if I have like motherboard A6802, can they type that in and then boom, it'll go and find all the products for them. That's the kind of thing where the rubber meets the road, and you could do like a Zeus Prime compatible RAM. Watch this. This is where this all comes into a big way. Like even Crucial Memory is literally doing that. So if I was to go through and do compatible RAM, watch this. it just keeps going and going and going. So now we can do compatible RAM. You got 7,000 people a month looking up compatible RAM, and boom, they're literally looking to buy RAM. I would just go through and make a tool that helps them search for RAM and finds the best price. Very straightforward. We can even go through and promote them on Pinterest. We can do paid traffic, which I've done on many of these. I did do paid traffic, which is really cool. Now, again, getting the notes, joinmarcus.com will have the notes, some of the keyword list and everything like that. Zip code and data lookup. This is one where we can go through and maybe find the average house price, the crime statistics if you're looking to move, best places to eat, or whatever, based on a zip code, which is pretty cool. Looking at examples like this, Get Cheap Gas, this was one I had. I think in its heyday, it was doing like $10,000 a month before I sold it. It was a paid traffic site. However, you can do this other ways as well. It just takes a longer time to build it. And remember, I made $10,000 a month with it. The vast majority of people are not. The key is an understanding that the affiliate offer is everything, right? Going through, can I do discounts in a local area? Oh, hey, find all the discounts in, Orlando or whatever. Tie them into rewards credit cards. That's where the money ties in. Understanding that this is the back door of search, right? If I do like coupons Orlando, all right, you're probably gonna have Groupon. It's gonna pay nothing, right? Very little. Or if you were to do like rewards credit cards, now you have something that's gonna be even better, right? And you can even do like maybe people are looking for cheapest gas in. Cheapest gas in, maybe the cheapest gas in Orlando or whatever it is. Here's some in Bakersfield, 500 people a month. And again, very little competition. So starting to think about the internet differently and thinking about how can I make a little search tool that would help people, like internet speed. This is one we were building this weekend on the website class where we went through and we were building this fiber internet site. And the idea was, can we make little coupons or tools that would show, hey, here's the cheapest internet in your area, have a internet speed test. These are all the things that I've been making a living with for years. However, a lot of people couldn't because you needed to be a programmer. Now with AI, it helps you do it. Weather, I help people look up weather in their area, or allergy reports, things like that. That's really cool. Or even cost of living calculator, flood zone checker. This is one where it can go and check and say, oh yeah, you're in a zone or you're not in a zone. Obviously, make sure you have the rights to use the link. Make sure you're not doing anything funny. Always do things above board. But a lot of this stuff is available, and if you can use it, it'll work in a really good way. Now, one of the ways to know if you can use data is by looking at APIs. So instead of just doing the search example like this one, where we go through and have little searches and things like that, maybe you could go through and use an API. AI understands API. API, I think it stands for like automated program interface or something like that. I want to sound smarter than I do, but API is basically access to data that's on a different site. So going through, you can do like gas prices, collect API. This one does have a gas prices API. Read the terms, see how you can use it. Boom, I can make a gas prices website, and now I can promote gas rewards credit card, internet providers, flood zones, whatever it is. Understanding we can go and make this in a very, very straightforward way. Now, when we understand the redirect and offer shortcut, redirecting can work if it has an affiliate offer and they have deep linking. Usually you're good to go. You just plug it in. The deep linking basically says you're allowed to do this. Now, going through the quick start, what we're going to do is we're going to pick our niche. I'm going to have a big list over at joinmarcus.com, or you can get them at Affiliate Dude. Apparently, the AI wanted to put them here. But we can go through, we can pick a niche there. I would say try to pick something searchable, like maybe allergy reports or affiliate program searches or whatever, okay? Then we're going to go part 2, and we're going to join the affiliate program. So you would go to Commission Junction, the hosting company, or whatever it is. Then step 3, we're going to build the search box, get a domain, host it on a site, like I was doing here, where we were actually uploading it to the Join Marcus domain. That's why it worked, or this one here. We're going to go through, we're going to build it on the domain, drive some traffic to it. Again, if you're doing something simple, maybe you could do like think about it this way. If we were to go with ChatGPT and say, find me the best personalized gifts for women, wives that are in 30s. Okay, so if I had a very specific one, like, hey, if your wife's in her 30s and you want to get her a custom gift, type her name in here, see what's available. And then you type, whatever your wife's name is. And then it's like Sally, and here's some flowers with Sally. Here's a necklace with Sally. Here's a bracelet with Sally. Here's a birthstone. All of this stuff would be really cool. And they can just type in basic things and then boom, they're ready to go. And what you'll see here is some of these will be super personalized where you can type in the name and stuff. That's how you want to think about this. It's not just promoting an affiliate link. It's adding that value to whatever you're doing. Then you track it, optimize it, build, and grow. And again, going through and understanding this search box code is literally everything. I've used this on web hosting, keywords, all kinds of different things from gas prices. I even had a love poems one where they could customize a love poem. But the idea here is understanding that this box will literally take whatever you want, and you can have as many as you want. So like I could have enter her name, how old she is, how long you've been together, and her birthstone. Boom, it'll go through and it'll add those to whatever it is I want, which is very, very, very cool. These search boxes work like crazy. Always use them ethically. Always use data you have the rights to by understanding the affiliate agreements, the APIs. But going through and understanding, that's everything. Again, the notes and prompts, joinmarcus.com. This is a very straightforward method that'll help you provide value, get better stuff, and hopefully make some more money. Smash the like button. Check out the videos in the description. They will show you more about this. Check out joinmarcus.com for the keyword reports, the sample templates, the prompts, and everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next training.